Alright, what is up you guys? It's DMB Universe. I'm just gonna do this right here. And, okay, now that we have this up, allow me to explain a few things. I'm just gonna talk about the Pokemon thing verbatim and then save whatever it is I have to say at the end of everything. So first things first, Pokemon. I've been a long-time Pokemon fan. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who's watching this is a long-time Pokemon fan. And just excited to see what they're gonna be showing. Considering that there's 3 Pokeballs, it's probably going to be the 3 starters, and hold on, I'm doing this all incorrectly now. Okay, this is why I don't do things off the cuff like this. Boop. Alright. So, we're expecting to see the first 3 starters, and hopefully some amount of gameplay and, or something. As for me, I'm the type of guy who has the lowest expectations for everything, which makes it so that almost anything doesn't disappoint me. Like, Kingdom Hearts 3, for instance. A lot of people have been making videos that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a disappointment, but I think it's because, well, I don't see that, mainly because I just expected very minimal, and I got so much out of that. So I can't really tell people how to think. I can't even guess how people think. But when it comes to Pokemon, Game Freak, I'm expecting Pokemon Go with slight variations. And that's basically it. If it really is what people are rumoring about, saying this is going to be like their Breath of the Wild moment, I'll be happy. But I'm not expecting that in any reality, to tell you the truth, because this is still Game Freak here. And of course, I do have that slight sliver of hope that it will be something bigger than we expect. But I don't like to expect that, because when I don't get it, you get disappointed. And I don't like being disappointed, so I keep my expectations very, very, very low. And that's actually my advice for anyone trying to expect anything that's coming out. But hey, again, I can't tell you how to think. Was gonna make this a live stream, but since it's literally only 7 minutes of information, I don't think it's worth a live stream thing. So I'm just gonna record it now and upload it as soon as possible, and so we can talk about it in the comments section. And again, I'll explain anything that revolves around, because as a quick thing, it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and as per usual, I need to give off my BS excuse as to why it took so long, because, you know, that's how YouTube goes. It's not funny. Either way. So, as we're waiting here, the only thing I'm expected to see is Pokemon Go with slight improvements, maybe without the catching mechanic. I got used to the catching mechanic in Go, but I can see how that pretty much alienated and also just didn't jive with the right people. Yeah, people still use that word. Right people. So if they just make it an option, like, I don't know why it wasn't a toggleable thing, because it's easy to press A 3 times and then throw a ball, and also throwing a ball naturally. But I can see the reason why they didn't do that, because the whole point of throwing a Pokeball is at some point you'll miss, and that's the challenge portion of the Pokeball. But then again, it's still a gyro function with the when you have it in handheld mode. So that wasn't, and I find catching Pokemon like that 10 times easier. The only thing you can't do is do, like, if you're by yourself and you want to do the double throw thing, making capturing easier. But that's it. But yeah, people have been saying that we're going to go to the UK. And like that, I'm not really good with theorizing, and I probably should have started this 2 minutes before everything ends, because god dang it, I cannot hang on to this very long, because that's just it. I just have no expectations other than it's another Pokemon game, except it's just going to be on a console now. While Game Freak now has a ton more hardware to go through when it comes to the stuff they had to do with handhelds, it's still Game Freak. Here we are. Wow, immediately.
Welcome to the Pokémon Direct. I'm Ishihara from the Pokémon Company.
Here we go. And of course, you're going to do this.
Today, I would like to share some very special information with all of you.
Go for it. I'm waiting.
Pokémon trainers all around the globe have already enjoyed many adventures in the various regions of the Pokémon world.
Uh-huh.
Along the way, trainers have encountered many different Pokemon.
I just like how they hype this up.
Other Pokemon
like,
trainers,
yes,
and experienced stories all their own.
Now it's time for the 8th generation, right?
And this year, a new Pokemon journey will begin for all of you.
Show it! Show it!
We've prepared a special video to welcome you to the setting of your next adventure.
Yes! Okay, so it is going to be a video showcasing
Please,
things.
take a look.
People are just expecting the starters, and maybe a slight few things, but okay. So they are going to have like a little presentation. Ooh. Oh, it's already looking good. Look at this! Yes! Look at the detail! Look at the detail! Okay, okay, I'm excited a little bit. Okay, hopefully, okay. Oh my god, yes! Alright, so the camera's still very far back. People were expecting a little closer view. And it looks like we're going back to the traditional... Alright. Okay, movement in those segments now. I just wish it would stop being so blurry for me. And of course, we're gonna have customization. And that's how the league is gonna be. Okay. Well, the graphics look great. Well, again, I will say though, it's basically Pokemon Go, but better. But a lot better than I initially expected. And here we are, new Pokemon. Wow, look at you. Well, there's your fire starter. Is it? It's a... I don't know what that is. I think it's another... Oh, okay, so it's sounding like a salamander type of thing. I will say, I'm always impressed with what Game Freak can come up with because I've seen a lot of fan-made Pokemon in my time. And Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield? Well, I know for a fact, I know, okay, I know what Tyler's getting. Oh my god, I know what Tyler's getting. That's so...
Today, we are pleased to announce all new entries in the main series of Pokemon RPGs for Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
Interesting. That's gonna be something.
And for an introduction to the adventure that awaits you in these games, I'd like to ask this next guest to tell you more.
So it does look kind of like...
I'm Junichi.
I've never been to the UK, so I can't really confirm, so let's just wait.
For these titles. Right now, we at Game Freak are hard at work on the development of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. For the veteran Pokemon trainers who have experienced so many adventures with us up until now,
for the past 7 generations,
trainers who held a Pokeball for the first time in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu game, or the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee game, and for all those out there looking to become Pokemon trainers for the first time. These games will be new entries in the Pokemon series, role-playing games that will get any player fired up and excited.
I know I am. And we're
Since
releasing
these
it.
Are new entries, naturally, you'll find that they take place in a new region.
Yes.
With never before seen Pokemon living there, and new adventures you've yet to experience. So let's turn to the director of these games, our own Mr. Omori, to hear more.
Yeah, because you can get a lot out of 7 minutes, actually.
I'm Shigeru Omori from Game Freak. I'm working as the director for Pokemon
I do
Sword
like how the
and
world
Pokemon
feels
Shield.
alive.
The setting of these games is known as the Galar region.
Galar, huh?
Galar is an expansive region with many environments, containing idyllic countryside and contemporary cities,
It does.
vast plains, and craggy snow-covered mountains.
Jeez, this is like literally a straight line, though.
The people and Pokemon live here, and they've
This is gonna
worked
be a very
together to
expansive
develop
straight
the
line.
industries in the region.
Oh, wow.
Here in this region, you'll visit gyms with the newly discovered Pokemon you choose to be your first partner, aiming for the enviable and admirable title of Champion.
Champion.
So let's get to know the Pokemon that could be your next partner.
Okay, yeah, explain these, because that kind of looks like a...
The chimp Pokemon, Grookey.
I know what I'm
This
getting.
mischievous Pokemon is full of boundless curiosity. The rabbit Pokemon, Scorbunny, which is always
Scorbunny.
running about, bursting with energy. and the water lizard Pokemon
Water
Sobble.
lizard, yeah,
It's a
okay.
bit timid, shooting out attacks as it hides itself in the water. You'll choose one of these distinct Pokemon to be
Grookey.
your trusty partner
Grookey.
and set out across the Galar region on a new adventure.
It's funny how these past few generations, it's been pretty obvious
Along
for
the
me
way, there will be many more
which
never-before-seen
Pokemon I'm getting.
Pokemon waiting
And I've
to
been
meet
alternating
and be
between fire,
discovered.
water, and grass. So this time it's grass.
As we work on the development of these games, our goal has been to create the greatest Pokemon experience yet. We're challenging ourselves to try new things, while still treasuring what makes Pokemon special. So we hope you'll all be looking forward to the adventures awaiting you in the Galar region.
So, what did you think?
I thought it was good.
Pokemon
Can't wait for
Sword
those
and
I'm
Pokemon
disappointed
Shield
videos though,
will be
because they're gonna
released
exist
simultaneously worldwide in late 2019.
late 2019. All right, see you on my birthday.
And that's not all you'll have to look forward to in 2019. We've got plenty in the works for the Pokemon brand that we hope will delight you. Thank you all for tuning in today.
Well, that was fast. Yep, in 7 minutes. While they could squeeze out a lot of information in 7 minutes, it's pretty much all you can get. And Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Funny enough, I didn't get a single rumor guessing that that's exactly what they were going to be called, which is shocking because those are probably the easiest names you could ever come up with for a Pokemon title. So, hold on. Get rid of this. Whoop, wrong thing. Alright. So I'm going to talk about this just a little bit. From what I got to see, it does just kind of seem like it is Pokemon Go really better upscaled than I believe. The character model doesn't look like the Pokemon Go model, but the world itself is just more expanded upon, and areas and with areas. But I will say it's a lot better than I expected, because the world he's walking around in, hopefully they add NPCs, obviously, because you know it's still in like this development phase, so obviously they're gonna like plop a few people down here and there. But I really would like to see this place like bustling more, something like the Unova City, the city in Unova, and you're walking down that one path and you see a bunch of worker sprites going down. You gotta dodge a few of them and stuff like that. Something like that to really showcase the hardware capability of the not only the Switch but how far Game Freak has come. It's like, remember that scene? It's easy to do with sprites because it's just putting them on a set path and doing that. But simulating something like that now would be interesting enough. Didn't get that, but I did get that the area is a lot more expanded upon. But I think I remember hearing this in one of Game Explain's Game Explain's discussions, that it's gonna look like it looks like it's expansive, but it's still probably gonna go relatively in a straight line, going from gym to gym, doing the thing until you get to the champion. And heck, you gotta admit, this island is quite literally just a very complicated straight line. But that never stopped them from proving me wrong before. Who knows? Who knows? Because they could reveal in another direct, or we find out in the near future in general, that the gyms are, you can go to any gym you want. That's like one of the main things I heard people really want in Pokemon, including me, because they do the same thing in the anime, where if you go to a gym and you're not quote unquote high level enough, or you know you don't have the necessary badges, then they use different Pokeballs, different Pokemon. So depending on skill level. So why not do something like that? And it would also very support replayability. So if you go to this gym first and then you fight those 2 Pokemon, but if you come to this gym last, you fight 6 Pokemon with this gym leader. That's an interesting thing. The only thing about that is, as that is, you have to come with 8 different types of ways. But hey, if you're a great developer, you can pull that kind of stuff off. So CD Projekt Red is already doing this ambitious thing with Cyberpunk, so I can see other companies just with that much drive can do something like that, and that's pretty much like I was saying that. And so hopefully that is the case, because that would make this game even longer to play. Because I'm that type of guy who wants to see what all the gym leaders would have up their sleeve if you come to them at a particular point in time. As for the region itself, they just told us the region, but it does kind of look UK-ish. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure, because again, I haven't been to the UK. I've only seen the UK in like shows and stuff. So hey, if it is, that's neat, and people guessed correctly. As for legendaries, this is one of the first times. This is one of the first times that I think a reveal has happened, and we don't necessarily know what the legendaries are, because I remember the other trailers of the other reveals of Pokemon games. We pretty much got like a faint idea, like Pokemon X and Y. Okay, you got the giant flying letter and the deer, and in Alola region you got the lion and the bat. In this one, it's a sword and a shield. The power of the steel, you could say. Whether or not they're both going to be steel type, I have no idea. But some people guess one of them's going to be poison type. It's gonna be something. I can't wait to see what they're going to look like. And yes, they did reveal the first 3 starters, and my initial thing is going to be the grass starter. In Pokemon X and Y, it was Froakie, who was water, and then in Pokemon Sun and Moon, it was Litten, because I love cats, and cats are awesome to me. And right next to cats in the awesome animal scale for me is monkeys. So there you go. So wow, I just went through a trifecta of the new Pokemon games, all with different types and everything for various reasons. So neat. I'm excited for this game. Can't wait until late 2019 to finally get a Pokemon game that I know I'm going to keep for a long time, because I got Pokemon Go, played it, didn't really enjoy like the end game very much, almost at all, and got rid of it almost immediately, because I know I'm going to get some ish for saying this, but Pokemon Let's Go is the Dark Souls of Pokemon. Of course, I'm saying that jokingly, but when I play Dark Souls, it is the matter of which, no matter how good I get, and I'm really good at Dark Souls, 1 through 3, and Bloodborne, same thing. But the whole thing about those games is, it doesn't matter how good you are, there's a high possibility that even some low-level enemies, if getting you in the right circumstance, can take away health and nearly kill you. That's always been my experience with Dark Souls. And in Pokemon Go, not Pokemon Go, in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee that I played, no matter what I do, no matter what I try, even if I'm trying to catch a level 3 Bulbasaur, I have a high possibility of going through 4 to 5 Pokeballs, because he keeps jumping to that area or doing that, or something stupid's happening with the motion controls, and it's just flinging the ball in that direction. And this has never happened in any other Pokemon game where I just push A 3 times and it goes, and then I get it because I use false swipe to get it onto the minimal health. That is making it harder than it needs to be to catch a Pokemon. I know it's weird to say that, but that's how it is. So for this game, happy they're bringing back the old. It seemed like just regular. If they wanted to showcase that you could do this, they definitely would have showcased you could do this. So it's definitely going to be the regular menu setup, and hopefully not having to play the game with one Joy-Con, because that is very awkward for various reasons for me. Just playing with one Joy-Con just made it odd. So. And no pro controller support, that was really weird. But I get it. I get why no pro controller support. But, you know, for this game, have the pro controller be used and have us, you know, play this like an actual mainline title on our TV and stuff like that. So, in the end, hopefully there's not many this game is disappointment videos, because, you know, in this day and age we kind of get disappointed on everything. I pretty much got what I both expected and a little bit more after watching this. And tell me what you think, and see if you are interested at all, and see if Game Freak actually did upgrade, or they're just slightly better than they usually are. Because upgrade would be literally Breath of the Wild with the camera like third person view, and not so far away from your character like the old games are. But then again, they could just say that this is just exactly just how Pokemon just is. You're always gonna have the camera so far back from you, unless you're in a cave or some other cramped space. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say without dragging this out any longer. So for everyone who was just here for the Pokemon stuff, there you go. You are free to leave. As for explanation as to where I've been, I'm kind of on a chopping block right now, and I'm focusing all my time trying to get a job. And that's pretty much it. I can't really do reactions because I'm currently just on. I'm currently going online, going to Glassdoor, going to LinkedIn, going to any place that is doing the hiring aspect, and sending in my applications and just waiting for a response because I have less than like 4 weeks to get a job in the industry before I fail again at a class that I failed this quarter because I wasn't in an internship. So since I'm not in an internship or anything revolving in industry, I just immediately failed a class without any like leeway or help. And that's like wasting money, literally wasting money. Like you pay for that class, you basically drop that class, you're going to go there, you're going to keep dropping it, and you're going to keep paying for the next quarter over and over and over again. And that's bad for both me, my family, and stuff like that. So I'm doing my best to get there. And doing reactions is kind of a distraction. I was able to do this because first of all, so early in the morning, my school doesn't open up until late, like 8:30 or something, and it's 8:16 now. So by the time I get done with this video, everything will be fine. But I can't sit down for a few hours and start doing reactions again. So until I am for sure getting a job somewhere, I'm gonna be a little off the radar at this point. So again, I'm sorry for taking so long. I might be able to get to like a death battle or something like that, but I won't be able to do like the natural things that I did with the other shows and stuff. So sorry, but it's kind of serious. And yeah, that's I'm not gonna drag this out any longer than it needs to be. You already got the initial information, and I hope things can go swimmingly these next few days. I've been doing nothing but just try to improve my portfolio to allow me to get a job, and also just send my portfolio out so it can be impressive enough. But here's the thing, 2D animators are not necessarily needed in this world, apparently, whatever, and it makes it harder. So I'm trying to work on my 3D stuff, and I don't have a lot of 3D stuff because I don't like 3D, but hey, if I have to like 3D, I'm going to like 3D if I need to get a job. So, well, this is DOMB Universe. I'll see you next time. Bye.